The Soundcore AeroFit 2 are a fantastic set of open-ear earbuds for under $100, and they're even more affordable right now. Amazon started their Black Friday sales early, before November 20th, and the AeroFit 2 went down to $79.99, which is 40% off the original $129.99 price. So that's the lowest price they've been in the last month. So at this price, the AeroFit 2 offers a fantastic deal. So here's what all you get. You get incredibly comfortable ear hooks that can be adjusted to 4 different positions, like so. So right here, you can see an opening, and you can kind of push them. This is like the most open they get, and you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. You also get long battery life, lasting up to 12 hours on a single charge. You get multi-point connectivity so you can easily switch between devices. Much better microphones for calls, which we'll talk about later. A surprisingly balanced sound that you can tweak in the Soundcore app, and I'll be talking about that. And guess what? You also get wireless charging. My anchor pad is over here. Check this out. Wireless charging. Now, these aren't meant to replace your in-ear monitors or ANC earbuds, but if you're looking for a good pair of everyday use earbuds for walking, working out, working from home, commuting, or you're just keeping an eye on what's happening around you, they're excellent. And at $79.99 during the early Black Friday window, they're one of the best open ear deals you can find right now. So let's dive into this review. So let's start by talking about the battery life on the AeroFit 2, and these are its biggest strength. So Soundcore claims that you'll get up to 12 hours per charge with 46 hours total with the charging case. And after my testing, these numbers are actually legit. So real world usage look like this. So for indoor listening at around 40 to 50% volume, I got around 11 and a half hours. Now using outdoors at 65 to 75 volume, I got 9 to 10 hours. And for days when I was on the phone a lot, I got about 8 hours. The AeroFit 2 lasts days between charging. Now, here's the best part. The AeroFit 2 case does support wireless charging, and a lot of open ear earbuds skip this feature entirely. So having it here is a huge quality of life win. You also get USB-C fast charging. So a quick 10-minute top up gives you around 2 hours of playback. So between long battery life, fast USB-C top ups, and Q wireless charging, the AeroFit 2 absolutely nails convenience. And this is one of the strongest battery showings in the open ear category. Now, when we're talking about the Soundcore app, which the AeroFit 2 truly open up. So if the earbuds give you the hardware foundation, the app gives you the creative control. So this is easily one of the most feature-rich companion apps for open earbuds. And it takes the AeroFit 2 from just being good to being fully customized. Once you're inside, you'll see live battery percentages for the left and the right earbud in the case, but the real power lies in the menus below. So here's everything that you can customize. So you get the sound effects, which is the EQ and the presets. Now, this is the heart of the audio experience. And inside sound effects, you'll find a list of Soundcore's default presets, such as Soundcore Signature, Acoustic, Bass Booster, Podcast, Voice. And if you click on More, you can customize which ones you have access to. By default, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 EQ presets that you can have access to, but you can edit these and add more, or it can only be 5. I've tried to just condense it to maybe like 1 or 2, and it won't allow me to do that. And you can also like rearrange it. You also have this one, it's called Volume Booster, which I think is pretty cool, especially for what these are. It'll just basically boost the volume. It'll make it a little bit louder, even at 40 to 50% volume. But the real standout on these is the 8-band custom EQ, where you can manually adjust everything from deep lows to upper treble. And I'll talk more in depth about the EQ later on in the video, so just hold tight. So the EQ flexibility here is unmatched in the open ear category. Going back out, we're going to go to controls. Now this section lets you make the earbuds completely yours. So you can assign a single tap, a double tap, you can tap 3 times, or a long press. Each of these can be customized independently for the left and for the right. And in my setup, which you're seeing on screen, I have a single tap is for volume down, a right single tap is volume up, double tap, both of those are pause and play, and a triple tap for the left is previous track, and a triple tap for the right is next track. And I had long press disabled, and that's just to avoid any accidental triggers. But I went ahead and put the system voice assistants. So right now I'm using my 3A. So you already know what voice assistant I'm using. I don't want to trigger anything right now while I'm filming. Now, call controls. Now, this is not adjustable, but it is reliable. So down here, you can see that you have double tap to answer and a long press to decline. Now, speaking on the controls, they are responsive without being overly sensitive. So even during workouts or running, taps register accurately without knocking the earbuds out of place. Overall, these are some of the most customizable and reliable touch controls you'll find on any open ear buds today. And going out of here, we're going to go down here to dual connections, and that is for multi-point. So this is where you can toggle multi-point, letting you stay connected to 2 devices at once. Some examples is you can go from your phone to your laptop or your phone to your tablet. And the switch between devices is smooth. Notifications or calls automatically route correctly. And this is one of the biggest productivity advantages of the AeroFit 2. It's saying I got my iPhone 13 Pro, but I don't have that anymore. I gave it away. I'm actually using my 17 Pro, and I'll use my Nothing Phone 3A. Going back out, you also have a gaming mode. And this is just a simple toggle that reduces latency for videos and gaming, and is perfect for YouTube, TikTok, Netflix, or mobile games. And it works well. So it's not it won't hit like a wired level speed, but the delay is noticeably reduced. And I have been playing around with this over the weekend, and it works well. So we got some more settings here. If you click on the little cog right here next to the headset button, I think that's for support. You have what is called volume balance. So this is a left-right slider that lets you compensate for slight hearing differences. This is especially helpful for open earbuds since sound can escape more from one side depending on how your ears are shaped. And then you have a sound mode, which is when you're using an Android phone with the AeroFit 2, this means you can toggle on LDAC. Now, as you can see right here, I don't know if you can read this, but when LDAC codec is enabled, it will increase power consumption, and you can additionally experience connection instability in some environments. Also, little fun fact, when LDAC is enabled, you're not able to use multi-point, so I pretty much keep that off. AAC Bluetooth codec is good enough. Now we're going to go down to the prompt tone. You can customize how the earbuds sound when they power on, when they connect, disconnect, when they change in modes, of that nature. If you're sensitive to loud tones, this setting is a gift. So if you don't want to hear those tones, you can turn that off. But I need them on since they're open ear, and I need to make sure it registers your touch whenever you touch them like a command. Let's say, for example, you're pausing and playing music. It's like a little like I don't know, something hitting an empty pipe. It's like boom. It'll make that sound. And also you get like a low battery prompt. You'll hear that tone when the battery level is below 20 and 10%. You also got an auto power off. So you get full control over how long the AeroFit 2 stay connected or not being connected from Bluetooth. So you have 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or you can never power it off. You also have a Find My Device feature. Basically, this is what a lot of earbuds need to be doing from now on. If you lose one and you know where to find it, you can just, click this play button, and it'll automatically start playing a little tune, and it'll say the volume alert, Don't use this when they're in your. It'll play like a little decimal beep. Let me go ahead and show you right now. And it'll start out low, then it'll slowly kind of get louder, and it's kind of getting louder. And you can do it for the left or the right, depending on how you use it. I know I've seen a lot of people post on Reddit saying, can I get an extra case because I lost my case? How do you lose your case? I've lost several like earbuds at work, can't find them. Go to Lost and Found, they don't know where they're at. Hell, that's a big place, so they could be anywhere. But losing your case, that's weird. But maybe companies should start looking into that. So when it comes to let me see what else we got. Oh, widget support. So you can create a custom widget for the Soundcore app, and you can put that on your home screen. That's pretty much self-explanatory. It's showing you how to do it. You just basically long press on the home screen, click widget, scroll down till you find Soundcore, and it'll be a Soundcore widget on your home screen. And it'll show you the battery status, it'll show you the EQ mode. It's basically just for, managing your device. And it's a nice little shortcut instead of having to go into the app. And then further down, you have usage tips here. Now, usage tips is basically a, a manual guide on how to take care of your earbuds, and it's basically showing you how to wear them for the optimal experience. Make sure that when you do the little clicks, that you make sure that they're positioned in a way so the speaker, this right here, is pointing directly at your ear canal and you can hear the music. Also, daily maintenance. These are IP55 water and dust resistant. So these are perfect for working out. And it just basically shows you how to wipe the sweat off before, putting them back into the case, because that will mess up the earbuds. They are water resistant, much higher rate than IPX5 or IPX7 or even IPX8. But even still, you need to clean the little like charging pins, these right here, before you put them back in the case. And you just use a Q-tip and wiping it down. It is daily maintenance. And then it tells you how to improve the sound quality. I will be talking about that later. And that's pretty much it on the Soundcore app. Overall app experience, it transforms the AeroFit 2 from just a great open ear bud into a personalized audio tool. And I just showed you everything that you'll get. So very few earbuds at this price range or even above it offer this level of comfort and refinement. And this is one of the best like companion apps on the market. Like Soundcore, they did an excellent job. My only gripe is when it comes to the 8-band EQ, that they would give you like a plus or minus zero point 0.5 gain with the decimals, with the bands. So say for example you got 100, right? It'll go in like it'll go 1.0. It won't go down further to 0.5. 0.5 just gives you like a little more granular control over how these sound. Can't really complain on this app. Really can't. So moving on to the comfort and the fit. So this is probably the number one reason people choose open ear earbuds, and the AeroFit 2 absolutely deliver on that, especially once you take advantage of the built-in ear hook adjustment system inside of the Soundcore app. But beyond that, they have one huge real-world advantage that a lot of earbuds overlook. They're perfect for people who wear glasses, like myself. So Soundcore, they engineered the hooks. They have this slim downward tilting angle, specifically so they don't collide with your glass temples. As someone who wears glasses every day, I can confidently say to you right here, the comfort here is unmatched. So a lot of earbuds like this, I'd call these, you got two different types of open ear. You got the ear hook like this, and then you have, I don't even have any near me right now. You have like the C-shaped or the ear hook, where the speaker will go directly pointed directly to your ear canal, and then you got the other part that's on the behind your ear, and that's usually where the touch controls are. Personally, either one will work for me, but I like these more. I do like the C shape more because of how they're built. because a lot of the times this right here is too damn thick and it does mess with your glasses. But this is made out of like an alloy. It's very like, it keeps its memory. It doesn't twist and shape. And under pressure, it'll just always stay. It won't move. And in the balance weight right here, this part, this doesn't have any type of controls or anything. This is probably where the battery is. This was built specifically so it'll hang in your ear like so. So Soundcore, they give you like 4 hook levels. So you got from level 1 to level 2. On their marketing, Soundcore does show you that there are 4 levels. Unfortunately, they didn't put that on the buds. So right now it's as far back as it'll go. And then I have to move it up 1. So it's at 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. So each adjustment changes how snugly the hook sits behind your ear, and it lets you dial in a fit that's secure without even ever feeling tight. So these aren't tight. They don't put any pressure on my skull or anything like that. So they fit good. So the proper fit, they outline that, and I showed you into the app. So it'll sit comfortably and it'll stay secure even if you shake your head. If the level is too small, the hook doesn't reach around the ear fully and it'll feel loose. And if the level is too large, the hook stretches too far and it causes unnecessary pressure. And an unstable fit is the bud will hang too low or it tilts outward, and that affects the stability and it reduces the sound quality. So when you lock in the correct level, the earbuds will generally disappear when you're hanging behind your ears. So that's been my experience. And they never compete with my glasses, and I can wear these with hours without any kind of fatigue. This is probably the only open earbud on the market that I haven't had any type of discomfort or any fatigue with them. And I like how they're shaped, and that helps with that too. Also, you see here, the front of them are the earbuds. They have like this shine or sheen to them with the little Soundcore logo, and on the back they have this soft touch silicone, so that also helps with the comfort. So for me personally, the comfort is on another level. So I have to give credit to Soundcore where credit is due. They don't fight against the arms of my glasses, which is why I haven't re. There's a lot of them I haven't reviewed because of that. But the AeroFit 2, they don't do that. So no squeezing, no rubbing, no pinching, and no heat spots. And I have these for I think since earlier this year, and they're really good. And I mentioned before IP55 water resistance rating. So that means sweat, light rain, water splashes, dust. You shouldn't have any problem working out with these. And because they're open ear, you can still hear like traffic, your coworkers, conversations, announcements, and gym instructions if you get instructions. I guess you're doing a spin class. So they make these ideal for anyone who wants comfort without having to lose any awareness with their surroundings. So when it comes to the bottom line on the fit, they aren't just comfortable, they're expertly engineered for all day wear. And if you wear glasses like I do, they're easily one of the most comfortable open ear designs available today. You add the adjustable hook system here, the feather light feel, and the IP55 rating, and you get an open earbud that actually excels with comfort and very, very practical. Now, here's the fun part. Here's the part that I've been wanting to talk about, and that's the sound quality. So the sound really surprised me the most. Now, if you watch my Soundcore app breakdown earlier, you already know I like to tweak my audio. I love doing that. I just like seeing how far I can push earbuds at any price range. And there's really no limits to these of what these are capable of. The AeroFit 2, they cut inside. They have a 20 millimeter by 11.5 millimeter racetrack diaphragm, and they're using Soundcore's bass turbo acoustic structure. So there's actually a lot of work going into these. So instead of just sticking to the preset EQs, I built 4 custom tunings that transform the AeroFit depending on what you're listening to. And I'll break down each one using tracks from my new revised multiple time audio Apple Music playlist. So the first one I want to talk about is Aero Lounge. And I kind of did like a little tongue-in-cheek thing where I named all the EQs after the arrow. So this one is a warm and relaxed, easy listening. It's kind of like just a chill EQ. I wanted something that smooths out the upper mids and the treble, and it gives you like a very cozy sound without having to sacrifice any detail. The bass sits fuller in the mix, but it doesn't overwhelm. So what this EQ is for is R&B, neo soul, laid back hip hop. My playlist, Mac Miller, Dang with Anderson Pack. The bass line comes in warm and it comes in rounded. Charlotte Day Wilson, Doubt. The vocals get that buttery, intimate feel. So this profile I reach for during long sessions of listening to music or just testing it out. I've been basically testing them out just to see how good it is. Zero fatigue. Next up, I got Aero Clear. Now this is my neutral to bright EQ. It leans heavily on clarity. So if you like, separation, you like vocal presence, you like a clean treble sparkle, then the Aero Clear will work well for you. I lifted the highs just enough to give the percussion and the strings a little sharper edge. So since I said that, this will work for acoustic music, it'll work for jazz music, it'll work for some studio stuff. Um, songs that I use in my playlist. Just to give you an example, "So What" by Miles Davis, and a really like tough song to really listen to is the national anthem by Radiohead. So you'll hear a lot of texture. There's a lot of instruments going on in that song. There's a lot of horns. There's bass. It's a really busy song. So this will work with that. It's kind of like wiping the fog off a window. Everything will get clearer without sounding harsh. That's why I use the national anthem as an example. Next up, this is this, you know, another one of my favorites, Arrow Rise. So this is my V-shaped sound. This is the one that I made so it'll make the music sound a lot better. Um, it's this a fun sound. You can use this if you have like a gym playlist or you got like a lot of music with this high energy. So this is basically good for rock, pop, EDM, and a good example of a song that I use is Run the Jewels. Anything rap related basically will work well with this. So if you want some excitement to your music, then use the Arrow Rise. And then I got this one right here. I always like to do like two open sounding EQs, and that's Arrow Field. Now this is supposed to be like my opened, balanced, right here, and I kind of tuned this to work to the open earness of the AeroFit because these are open fit. One of the drawbacks to open fit is, I mean, open back or open ear is there's no bass response because there's nothing being put into your ears. I like to use this. This is kind of like my daily driver for most times. I'll go back in between like either Aero Field or Aero Lounge, or I'll even go. It pretty like I've always said. It just depends on my mood. And then lastly, I got Presence Boost. Okay, so how I came up with this one is I took the audio tests on the OnePlus Buds, and it basically showed me what I'm lacking since I've gotten older. Like a lot of mid range or upper mids, I'm not hearing because of how old I am. Because I completely destroyed my ears when I was younger, listening to music at full volume all the time, and this is it's special to me. It's unique only to me. It's my own. I built it around how I listen to music because I needed that vocal forward energy, and I needed more detail without losing any warmth in the music. And it just basically more definition in the mids where open earbuds usually fall short. So two things that open ears fall short in is the mids. They can kind of sound a little pushed back, a little scooped out, even more than like the V-shaped sound signature, and the low end. If you're thinking you're gonna get that big booty bass on open ears, I've already said this before, you're not. you're not. I mean, the best I can tell you to do is, go to 65 to 75% volume and create you an EQ that'll give you back some of that low end. So final thoughts on the sound quality. Now with the stock tuning, the AeroFit 2, they sound great. It really shines when you tweak the audio like I do because I'm crazy as hell. So if you had to pick between their stock tuning and the custom EQ curves that I tried, the custom EQ really makes these headphones shine, making them go from this, some pretty decent earbuds to impressive. So I'm gonna go ahead and stress this again. These are not IEMs. These are not ANC earbuds. But with the right tuning, you can get deep, rich lows, clear forward mids, smooth, precise highs, a nice wide open soundstage, and most important of all, no ear strain. And with Soundcore's consistent quality, even when you crank it up. So these are great at passing the playlist test. I had a lot of fun, testing these out, and even, everyday listening music. So I would say these sound shockingly good. So if you're looking for an open earbud for under $100, the AeroFit 2 really shines with how amazingly flexible these are, and they have a lot of good tuning options. Now, usually what I'll do is I like to do the mic test at the very end, but I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to just go ahead and do it right now. So I'll be right back. Here's how the microphones on the AeroFit 2 sound in a quiet room. And now here's how they sound with background noise. Now this is being recorded directly with no processing using the Blackmagic camera app. Now the AeroFit 2 usually do a solid job picking your voice forward while reducing a good chunk of ambient noise. So they're giving me clear enough for meetings, phone calls, voice notes, and even recording short clips outside. Wind reduction is also decent too. Definitely better than I expected for some open earbuds. All right, so before we wrap things up, let's talk about competition because the AeroFit 2 actually does have a legit rival, and it's not from Shocks. I pray, I implore you, please, in the love of God, do not go out there spending nearly $200 on the Open Dots one. Please don't, okay? Don't do it. So, actual rivals is from Nothing, specifically the Nothing Ear Open. And the reason I'm bringing them up is simple. On paper, these two line up almost point for point, but each with their own little twists. So why they're real competition, and that is with EQ flexibility. With the Nothing X app, the Ear Open sits inside the app ecosystem, which gives you a parametric EQ. And I'm really shocked that Nothing actually gave access to the PEQ to the Ear Open. You got the simple one, but you also got the advanced one. And this is for all the Nothing earbuds, the Ear 2, the Ear 2024, the Ear 3, hell, even the Ear Stick. That got an update. So I got a few custom EQs for the Ear Open, and I can't wait to talk about these. Um, you also got, the ability to rebuild like really good tunings. So if you're someone who lives in your EQs and you like shaping your sound, especially how you want it, the Air Open gives you more control than almost any other open earbud on the market outside of the, AeroFit 2, of course. So confidence stability is where the Ear Open really shines. So these have a nickel titanium memory alloy ear hook, kind of the same as the AeroFit 2. They're very similar in that way. They're both in the ear hook category of earbuds. As you can see here, uh, they both got that nice thin little ear hook that I like. And FYI, these two don't affect my ears when I'm wearing glasses. Also, The nothing ear open, they only weigh 8.1 grams per earbud. And they got a tapered grip distance that naturally forms kind of a triangle lock behind your ears. So, translation is they're light, they're secure, they're extremely comfortable, whether you're working out or you're walking or training. Now, the battery life, now nothing rates these at around 30 hours total with the case and around 10 hours per charge. No wireless charging like you get with the AeroFit 2, but that's fine. And also price. So I went on Amazon and I looked at how much these are, and they come in at $99. So they're in the exact same price range as the AeroFit 2. So for most people, this matchup becomes way more about the just fit, tuning style, and features. So how do they stack up? The AeroFit 2, I would say these are best for people who want the LDAC support with Android. You want reliable multi-point, you want a longer battery life, you want a warmer, fuller sound presentation, and you want that customization that the Soundcore app provides you. Now with the open ear, or ear open, they're best for people who want like maximum comfort, featherweight fit. Actually, they got pretty much the same design as well. And you want to, have that parametric EQ playground. They're super light and they just look cool. I like the way these look. They just dope. I like both of these. These are probably like the only two open earbuds that I would recommend that you go out and get. Now, as far as like the C shape, that's another story. I got a few of them and a bunch of them about to get washed. They're about to get this thrown the hell up out of here. So finally, the honest takeaway I can say is these are probably the two closest competitors on the market in the open ear space under $100. These are on sale, early Black Friday. Better go ahead and take advantage of that. They both got customization. They both are comfortable. They both got, the codec support, I think. I don't think these do. I think these are only AAC. So either one could easily be the best fit for you. So now that I went through all of that, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick little rundown of everything that I've discussed about the AeroFit 2. So you're going to get amazing comfort, especially if you wear eyeglasses. They practically vanish from your ears. And with the 4 hook adjustments, you can perfectly customize the fit. Battery life is great. Wireless charging is a nice little bonus. Also, multi-point functionality works perfectly well without any issues. The Soundcore app gives you complete control, including customizing the controls, LDAC, widgets, and of course the 8-band EQ. Now, as an audio enthusiast, I created those custom profiles myself. Also, we covered the comfort, we covered the sound quality, the call handling, and hopefully I addressed any major questions you may have had. So if I missed anything, or if you'd like me to compare these to another pair, leave a comment down below. Also, subscribe, click that bell icon so you stay updated when I post new videos to my channel. With that being said, enjoy your life, enjoy your sound, and I'll see you in the next one.